Welcome to the GameKraft GameKast on Tuesday, February 17th, 2015. I'm your host, Bronson, joined by
Esther Ta.
How you doing, Tony Ta?
I'm doing well. Feeling pretty darn smug from my Smash Brothers victory Smash Tour that we had on Valentine's Day. Just feel love.
Oh my god. If you wanted to see me just rage, if you just wanted to see me seething hatred for people, man, that would have done it.
And you somehow had the nerve to do it a second time. That's the thing.
I know. I was just like, oh,
man, I'm just like, man, I hope you really know what you're doing after the first time. And hey there, I'm OP.
So that game, Mario Party is bullshit. Like, Mario Party is the most bullshit game in the history of ever made until I played that. Like, I was like, oh my god, this is just horseshit. And then I go and play that, and I'm like, wow, this makes Mario Party seem pretty fucking tame on the bullshit factor. So, I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, Smash Bros. Is a pretty interesting mode.
For sure.
It's kind of like a little bit of Mario Party mixed into Smash, which, judging from your reaction, definitely is it. Everyone's yelling at each other in some way. I mean, I don't do Smash Tour because it's just one of those awkward modes that take a little bit too much time and, you know, whatever happens there. But that game has a lot of modes you can do stuff with. You have events, you have multi-man Smash, you have Stadium, you have Classic, you have Crazy Passes and Master Hand Passes, and you got challenges like freaking outside of the normal Smash stuff. There's a lot to do, so that's good.
Oh my god, I just rage. That's all that came from that for me.
I do want to point out that whenever I do play against the computer, I always lose on that mode. I don't know how they do it.
That's because it's meant to be bullshit, and it accomplishes its goal of being bullshit.
Yeah, well, when you play against the CPU, pretty much a guarantee.
Well, I mean, let's talk about, like, I'm currently in the process of trying to figure out a non-expensive way for us to play Mario Party 1, 2, or 3. And they all turn out to be relatively expensive in some way. Also, I've been looking up ways for us to capture composite video with our capture card. And we might just be stupid, Anthony, because the way I have been told that is if you plug the yellow into the green, the white into the white, and the red into the red, you should be able to capture it.
That's weird.
If this is the case, we are the dumbest people of all fucking time.
Well, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, I'm not sure if it'll work when capturing video, but it totally works if you do that when plugging composite into component television, as I found yesterday when I tried it with.
So you can't plug it into red or blue?
Yeah, you can't plug it into you need to plug in the stereo audio, which is white and red, and then you plug the yellow into the green.
That's strange because, you know, RGB is red signal, blue signal, green signal. I mean, that makes sense. So the fact that the green signal accepts more than just green is pretty interesting, to say the least. That's weird.
And-
Well, that's just kind of like one of those little weird tricks that you just kind of learn where, you know, if you say move this lever in this position and then just give it the 2 or 3 taps to the side, it'll magically work kind of tricks.
Anthony, that's what this whole website was built on. Let's talk about that for a second. You and I have come up with some ghetto solutions. I mean,
yeah, we did.
So
It's like some weird little shortcut that people say don't do that. That's the wrong way of doing it, but we do it anyways because we need something to work.
Yeah, like my alternatives are to buy a converter that I can't afford, or I can afford it, but I don't want to pay for it. Buy another capture card that supports composite, which is way too fucking expensive. And then, you know, like or try this. And, you know, we'll try it. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work. And then our only option at that point is for me to buy it for the Wii U and then buy 3 classic controllers, because I already have 1. And not classic pro controllers that the Wii U uses, but classic controllers. Regular Wii classic controllers. Ugh.
Okay, wow.
But I think the adventure that would be 3 hours of us streaming Mario Party would be worth it. So that's my opinion. So yeah. But how was your Valentine's Day in general? Or in our case, because we're both singles Awareness Day.
It was a normal Saturday, I guess.
Yeah, mine was a normal Saturday.
It was a normal Saturday that was just somehow more exhausting.
Yeah, we did a lot of work that day.
Yeah, we did.
My cold came back, which was unfortunate. I wanted to, which sucks because that means I didn't get my wisdom teeth taken out when I was younger, which 99.9% of the time is fine because I don't have a sinus cold. But whenever I get a sinus cold, they hurt. The wisdom teeth hurt, and I want to rip them out of my face. Like right now, I am an inch away from going into the kitchen, grabbing pliers out of the drawer, and ripping them out of my face. So, yeah.
I would not advise doing that.
You would,
because no, like
I'm sorry. That just reminds me. The way you put that just reminded me of like a robot.
It sounds like some generic monotone medical warning, right?
Or no, like a robot from a game. It's just like Edie. Like it reminds me of a male version of Edie. I would not advise doing that. You know, like that's what it reminds me of. But no,
but yeah, I would not advise you taking some pliers and ripping them out because when I had my wisdom teeth removed, the bleeding went on for at least another full day or something like that.
Yeah, they bleed for fucking ever.
Yeah, because freaking you just had like this, all your teeth just getting taken out. You just got like 4 teeth taken out is basically it. And I mean, obviously whenever you take something as big as an adult-sized tooth, there's obviously going to be extreme amounts of bleeding. Well, it takes time for those gums to heal and whenever you have a wound that big. And it's not like you can just stick a Band-Aid on it. So what they have to do is that they kind of stick a lot of
gauze.
A lot of gauze, thank you. They stick a lot of gauze in your mouth, soaks up all the blood, and you got to change it like whenever it starts to soak up too much, then you gotta change the gauze out. And you would do this,
and you are also taking shit tons of painkillers.
Oh yeah, because the initial painkiller that you got at the doctor's office that was pretty darn nice and did a great job of numbing your entire jaw wears off. So then it went from, oh, this doesn't hurt so much, to 3 a.m. pain, and you gotta change the gauze throughout the night, and then of course when I was on painkillers after getting my wisdom teeth removed, it whacked up my sleep schedule really bad. I would like pass out hard at like 11 a.m. But then I would and then it would be 11 p.m. and I would be wide awake and think, oh man, I feel energetic today. And I made the mistake of driving while on these meds, and I highly suggest that you don't drive when you're on those kinds of painkillers because you never know what's going to happen.
No. So I definitely understand that. Painkillers make me sleep. Every time I've ever had to take painkillers, when I broke my wrist, every single time I have to fucking just sleep. I know that, but yeah, and you're like, well, why don't you just get your wisdom teeth removed? It's just well, it's not getting your wisdom teeth removed is expensive.
You have to go to a dentist who is a doctor and tell me when medical was ever cheap.
And then and it's technically a surgery. And
yeah, and the way wisdom teeth are, because freaking they grow in awkward directions sometimes, your normal dentist might not be good enough. You might have to go to a specialist.
An oral surgeon.
Yeah, a person who specializes. You can't just go to a normal dentist to have them take it out.
Yeah, and to me, it's not worth it to get them taken out for the once or twice a year I have a sinus cold.
And so I should mention. So when I had my wisdom teeth removed, I went I get knocked out option.
What was the other option? What is the other option for that?
The other option is they give you loads of painkillers to numb your entire jaw. Either way,
I would probably have to take the painkillers option because I'm asthmatic and I'm at current time about 54 pounds overweight still. It's a lot better than 100, but still.
I mean, well, how is it going to take your wisdom teeth? The preferable option is to get knocked out, but if you don't want to get knocked out...
The thing is, though, is if you have asthma and you're obese, them knocking you out is really fucking dangerous.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, before they knock you out, they obviously have you sign a disclaimer form saying that you are aware of the risks involved in being knocked out. And let me tell you, that stuff nearly scared me out of it. Because let me tell you some of the things I said on there. The thing that they inject into your arm to knock you out, that can stop your heart. Your jaw may be permanently numb because if they screw up and hit a nerve, you could have a completely numb jaw. What else is on there? Heart,
Anthony,
stopping your
right
heart. That's the thing too, because when I got knocked out, when I got knocked out, they actually had to hook up a heartbeat meter to make sure I was still alive, because man, that thing hits hard. So yeah, that was two of the things I remember is permanent numbness of your jaw because if they screw up the nerve, and possibly your heart stopping and you could die. Now, they assured me that it was an extremely small percentage of it ever happening, and if you're a healthy person, you don't have to worry about it. But still, reading that stuff was not very assuring in any way.
So I'm telling you right now, if I ever have the money to spend $500 to make 2 days a year more comfortable and get this surgery, even if I'm in shape, this whole conversation we've just had is gonna make me say, "Give me the pills, just give me the fucking pills."
Yeah.
Fuck that. But I'll be awake. I don't care what fucking razor blade crazy shit you use. I'll be awake for it as long as I'm doped up and can't feel it. But you are not knocking my ass out.
The way you pass out when they inject that stuff in the arm is pretty darn hilarious. I find it kind of funny.
That's another reason I don't like fucking needles, so that would be another reason why I would take the pills.
See, I don't mind the needles, it's just ow, that stings. And what's funny is that I remember, once they injected whatever into my arm to knock me out, and I was like, my head feels a little heavy, but I'm not gradually falling asleep. I wonder what... And that was basically it. It just... I was just laying there, just looking up at the ceiling, and I could hear the heartbeat meter. I'm just man, my head feels kind of heavy. This is kind of weird. It's just I don't feel myself gradually falling. It just all of a sudden just blacked out, flat out, just all of a sudden, and all I can remember was 5 seconds of me.
Isn't that the same shit they use to like kill prisoners?
No.
No. Okay,
Wait, right?
I have no
If
idea.
it is, I'm really scared. Or
I mean,
actually,
to kill prisoners, they would have to use like a shit ton more of it. But I think they do.
If they kill prisoners, I imagine they would use something more lethal. Because that stuff is supposed to knock you out, but I'm pretty sure that it can have a lethal dose if you screw it up, obviously. But I just remember it wasn't like you gradually fall asleep. It basically was you just straight up blacked out immediately. And all I can remember was I remember none of the surgery because I was knocked out. I only remember 5 seconds of a wheelchair going out of the doctor's office, 3 seconds of me getting in the backseat of a car, 3 seconds of driving through the neighborhood, and 2 seconds of me trying to climb up the stairs in my bedroom. And next thing you know, I was just laying completely crippled in bed with a jaw that was becoming increasingly painful because the painkillers that they injected into my jaw, whatever, were starting to wear off. And then I proceeded to spend the entire night in pain. And I spent the next week unable to talk, and my whole diet was chocolate milkshakes. Those protein milkshakes.
That sounds awful. This whole conversation is making me just want to avoid this like the plague. So.
Well, it's not the worst thing in the world because let me tell you, I lost weight because of the chocolate milkshakes and not eating any real food.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but that's not a healthy way to lose weight.
I know, but it's probably because chocolate milkshake is the only way I could get calories because you can't chew for 2 weeks. Yeah, that was weird. Oh, and you can't brush your teeth, so you gotta use salt water, which wasn't too bad, actually.
That actually sounds fucking horrible.
Actually, it's not that bad. It's just warm salt water. You just flush it in your mouth and then just spit it out, but because you can't brush your teeth, so.
Okay.
Well. Anyways, that's my wisdom teeth story. I don't have to worry about it, because what happened with my wisdom teeth was that it was growing into my other teeth, which was causing crowding, and it was growing at a really slanted angle. So I couldn't have a regular dentist do it. I had to go to a specialist.
Yeah, that's called an oral surgeon, I believe.
Yeah, and what I heard was that they don't just like pull the tooth out. What he does is he had to cut it into little pieces to take it out.
Yeah.
So, yay, wisdom teeth. One of the things about the human body that sucks.
All right, well,
it's probably up there with an appendix explosion. Except
that is bad. Something you remember Ray, right? He's been on a couple of our shows. His appendix has exploded.
Yeah. So, I don't even know if there are any warning signs that coming because I'm worried about that.
I'm gonna be honest. Human evolution is stupid as hell. Like, you look at the way humans evolved, and you are like, how the fuck did nature let this happen? Like, let's. In fact, I really wish that could be the title of this podcast. How the fuck did nature let this happen? Because let's talk about why the human body is terrible for survival, other than the brain. Okay? Well, humans compensated by gaining intelligence and thumbs and a pack-like mentality, and that's how we became the most dominant species on the planet. But you talk about, like, humans as a general, though, we are a horrible species when it comes to, like, how we're built. Like, we have very little to defend ourselves. I mean, we're, to quote any robot from a video game, we're sacks of meat. Very, spongy sacks of meat and organs and blood. And, like, you think of it, like, we have useless organs, tons of them. We have, like, and then, like, you have shit like wisdom teeth, where, we evolved to the point where we didn't need them because our jaws aren't, hanging out. But the teeth apparently decided, fuck it, we're going to still think that you're a caveman. And then the appendix, which you don't need anymore, and, oh, God, human evolution fucked up somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I would say the brain has a lot of power. I think that goes a very, 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 very long way.
Yeah, like that's why that humans aren't extinct, is because of the brain.
Although our faith in humanity is kind of on the decline, because if you took your average, I don't know, what's a stereotype I can use
Anthony,
and
I
abuse?
work in a political call center. The world is doomed.
Okay, yeah, if you took like whatever audience that your political call center calls and throw them into a forest, they're screwed.
Yeah,
Brains won't save them, even if you gave them the tools to survive.
yeah, like I work in a political call center, and like from the perspective of, like all this different stuff that I'm fucking not just the world is doomed. Yeah, like
The
that's
world is doomed, and it's only the smart minority to keep it alive.
basically like yeah, that's what it is. It's like a minority of really intelligent people are stopping this world from fucking killing itself.
Oh.
Yeah, I bet that doesn't feel good, does it? But it's the truth. Like that is the most depressing fact. Yeah, like yeah, and then a lot of that minority that's stupid thinks it's intelligent, which just makes things worse.
Uh,
So yeah, that's the world is doomed. Yeah, and I'm not fucking a genius. Like I am part of the problem. But you know how bad the problem is when like I sit here, I realize it, I know about it, and I'm just like, well, I'm at least better than the root of the problem.
yeah, that's where things
Anyway,
get very complicated.
we should talk about video games.
We should talk about video games instead of stupid things about the human body.
Yeah, this is coming soon to the Gamer Access Premium channel, medical podcast.
Where a bunch of idiots who think they know about medical talk medical.
Yeah, that
I'm not joking. Medical, freaking. Oh, you go to medical school and then you got to get your master's and then your PhD and then whatever. And the medical field is so huge that, oh my goodness.
That's why there has to be like a specialist for everything. And like everyone says general practitioners don't know anything. It's because general practitioners don't know a lot of stuff. They are like the basic mechanic. You know, like that's why when like people get mad at their doctor for being wrong and sending them to a specialist, it's like, no, fucking idiots. Like he doesn't know because he's only trained in like this very specific thing. But being a fucking dick. And then these terrible people who don't want to vaccinate their children, dear God. See, that is an example of humanity dooming itself. We get rid of we measles, mumps, whooping cough, not a thing really anymore. Some stupid person is like, I'm not going to vaccinate my children because it causes autism, even though it's proven that it doesn't. And this is not political, Anthony. This is fact. I am sorry. It is proven that those fucking vaccines do not cause autism, and you should vaccinate your children because the rest of us do not want the measles or the mumps to mutate and come back. God damn it. No. No. And if someone is listening to this and wants and is like, well, vaccinations, I'm against them. I don't care. I don't want that person to listen to us anymore. I'm sorry. No. God. I just no. What is your honest take on this vaccination thing? I'm curious.
I don't know enough about it to have an opinion on it yet.
Okay, well, at least you're honest. Like, at least you're honest about that. Like, I bothered to take my time and read about it because, we were talking about it at work. And, thankfully, thank God, it seems that both political parties, everyone with common sense, except these very few minorities, are like, yes, you should vaccinate your kids. So I'm praying to God that humanity doesn't doom itself in this way, at least. Ugh, God. Ugh, God, man. So, anyway, video games. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Video game.
Yeah, freaking Smash. That thing happened. That was our stream.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was fun. So I played like the first 10 minutes of Majora's Mask, which is basically go to Clock Town, find out, hey, you need to Great Fairy, find Great Fairy. Found Great Fairy, and found Great Fairy, and then it was, yeah, well, Great Fairy's missing one fairy in this town. And I'm just like, okay, so where's the fairy now? So yeah, I'm hunting a fairy, and that's about the furthest I got before I'm like, oh good, the first save point, because the game actually does not have a conventional save system, like Ocarina of Time. Okay, I wouldn't call it conventional, but the save system's not the same. Basically, you just found an owl book and you say, save please, and then I can turn the game off. That's about as far as I got in Majora's Mask so far. I also played a lot.
Thoughts on the early bits there?
I don't know. Still way, way too early in the game.
Okay.
Didn't find anything. Was basically walk a long ways and watch Dooku Link fly around a bit. That's it. So I didn't even really see much of the game at all. Played a lot more theater rhythm. Wow, Final Fantasy music, awesome. Seriously, people, just buy it. The first game actually sold decently. The second game, nobody bought, and it's much more complete. Theater rhythm.
Oh,
the Curtain Call. Theater rhythm. Final
okay.
Fantasy.
Yep. All right, I got you. Continue.
Super Mario Galaxy 2. I had just cleared World 3. I am not on World 4. I thought I was on World 4. I was actually on World 3. Cleared World 3, got to World 4. Oh my goodness, it's starting to get hard to the point where I'm like, I'm bad at games. Need to get better to clear anything now.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is freaking awesome. I think I prefer Super Mario 3D World more.
Okay.
That's just my personal opinion because with Galaxy 2, Super Mario 64, I really like Super Mario 64, but it's not like my type of Super Mario game. 3D World is kind of like the perfect mix between, like, say, 64 and Super Mario Brothers 3, I guess, is an example of putting it. It's like that halfway mix between 3D and 2D Mario, which is why I liked it so much. And one of the things I'm not really a big fan of in Galaxy is that it's like hidden stars. Do this super hard comet thing. Go back and hunt more stars, and I feel like I'm hitting a little too many walls or something.
I see that doesn't bother me just because I like those challenge levels. Like I like the part of Mario games that I enjoy is when they get hard. Because, like, it's like, hey, man, here's this ridiculous platforming section. Go.
What I do like about Galaxy that 3D World doesn't have is that in Galaxy, it's just like, here's a new mechanic for almost every single level. Okay. It's just like one level, you're basically moving these little giant chain chomp balls around.
Oh, yeah.
As it rolls along, and I'm like, oh, man, I freaking love this level. And then the next level, you're a bee trying to jump all over the place without touching water, and then the next level, it's you ground pound these little gridded flip things, and I like that boss fight. So it's like, man, this game just Mario Galaxy 2 feels like it has more variety than 3D World, so that's what I like about it. But I still like 3D World's point A to point B kind of thing, and it feels a little more achievable than Galaxy 2. So yeah.
Okay.
But I do understand the point of Galaxy 2. Actually, I can understand. Like, you know what? I really like this game, and I'm still playing it. And when I suck, it's because I suck. It's not because the game. There's that one wood level where it was like a giant slide that you were going along. That took a while.
But
yeah.
So that's that. I've been playing more Animal Crossing. It's basically like become a daily thing to me where, like, on my ride home, I pick all my fruit, sell it, go to the island, catch an inventory's worth of bugs, go sell it, pay off part of my dream suite, log off, repeat the next day. Played some Hyrule Warriors. Thought it was cool. Got to a mission. I think it's the fourth or fifth mission where I literally captured every outpost and base. We had the map was all blue except for the last spot, and I was like, okay, this should be easy. Even even if even if we fuck up a little bit, lose a lot of bases, we'll still have some. And the army lost everything, including the allied base.
Well, yeah. See, like I literally set this on my top 10 list. Yes, this game continues to prove that Hyrule has one of the most useless militaries in gaming history. Okay, Princess Zelda can do many things, but if there's one thing she needs to learn how to do, it is to fire her military advisor and hire some dude who actually can get results. Freaking, I'm not joking. Like, you remember in Twilight Princess, the Castle Town Guard, they were scared of a wolf and just stood there the whole time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. Like, Hyrule, like, Zelda's very wise. That's good. That's true. That means, like, when it comes to making intense political decisions, you'll be fine. But when it comes to the military, oh man, freaking, I don't even want to know how at the beginning of Twilight Princess Zant managed to get that far in the castle. I imagine he just had to walk in. That's all he had to do. And his army. His army just had to walk in. They didn't have to fight anything.
Yeah, and they just thought, yeah. They just thought like, oh yeah, these guys seem cool. Let them in.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, just let him in. Yeah, the royal guard's that way. You can beat him up. Yeah. And then Ganondorf always takes over the world somehow in most of the games. Hyrule Warriors, the army is freaking retarded. Stupid too. It's like you're the only intelligent, you and maybe your friend, if you're doing co-op, is like the only intelligible beings on the whole freaking field. Everyone else just like the enemies are really stupid too for the most part, except the 2 or 3 the game decide, you know what, I'll finally give them some brain power, and then they proceed to wreck your army. That game has some serious problems, but you know what? It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Like, I had fun with it. I'm probably never gonna borrow it again from you or beat it, but I liked what they did with the story. It had some cool moments. What else did I do? Tell you about my experience of acquiring a new 3DS XL. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, indeed.
So let me tell you, the process of getting the Majora's Mask version of this thing was a fucking nightmare. And my thing was, I was gonna get Majora's Mask, or I was just gonna fucking wait until they have a pink one. That was my mentality, right? And I go, and the night before we go to the midnight launch for the game, I start hearing like Target's gonna have some in the morning. I call Target, they're like, yeah, we have some. Can I ask, do you know how many? And they said, no, we can't tell you that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll be there in the morning. Go to the midnight launch with you for the game. Wake up at 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., get dressed, get on the bus, go to the mall, from the mall, walk to Target. Me and my friend Snowy, who I did not know was going to be there, get to be third in line at the exact same moment, so we call it the tie. I'm tied for third in line, and then we'll flip a coin. We were going to flip a coin or something for who gets the DS. Around 7:30, there's like 12 people in line. The guy comes out, he says, we got 2. Now, you would think that, like, I'm not getting one, right? Like, that's what's happening here. But, like, guy who was, like, 5th in line got a call from his girlfriend. It's just like, apparently there are rumors around of GameStop going to have some in store when they open. I thought, oh, okay, well, they're right across the way. I'll pick one up in the morning. And I go and I go to GameStop's website to check to see if this is true, to see if they have stock at whatever stores in the area. And I see on the front page Majora's Mask limited edition 3DS with the limited edition version of the game, $250. Now, I did not freak out. I didn't say anything. What I told the people online is like, oh, looks like they got the Monster Hunter one. I'll order that instead. I bought the Majora's Mask bundle in line, and then I told everyone like, yo, it's I really just ordered the Majora's Mask one. They have that and the limited edition version of the game. Go at it. And out of the 12 people in line, I believe a grand total of 3 of those people managed to beat Reddit to ordering them. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Thoughts?
The smug satisfaction that you have defeated Reddit to GameStop.com.
Yeah, I ordered mine, and then apparently a couple minutes later, one of the guy at the front line was like, "Yo, did you just post on Reddit?" And I'm like, "Nah." And he said, "Yeah, well, someone did, and people know." And then this mom getting it for her kid for her birthday got it. My friend Snowy got one. A couple other people got them. But for the most part, even then, that GameStop deal fucking sold out nearly instantly.
How does Nintendo sell this new 3DS XL for months in Japan and not stock it for the rest of the world?
Fucking okay, so let's talk about that too. Just getting the system was apparently hard. I know, especially the black one. For whatever reason, just getting the system was difficult. I mean, if you wanted one of the limited edition ones, good fucking luck. If you wanted one, period, it was still difficult. Luckily, though, Best Buy seemed to have more than enough stock, especially if you wanted the red one. Nintendo's website doesn't even have the Majora monster anymore. They just have the regular. And then Toys R Us had a lot of stock. But Target sold out. GameStop sold out. GameStop sold out so quickly that all they had was their pre-orders allocated. In fact, you can't even get it from You can't get the black one from GameStop's website or the red one right now. GameStop, you can't get it. Period. Target, you can't get it. Period. Best Buy, you can get the black one on their website. So yeah. This is fucking insanity. Is what this is. So
yeah.
This is going back to Nintendo doesn't print enough of anything anymore for whatever reason.
Well, I kind of feel like it was kind of like a reaction to they thought this many 3DSs and Wii U's would sell, and they got nowhere nearly close, and then all the financial people freaked out. So that may have something to do with why. Okay, you know what? Maybe not as many people is gonna buy this as the hype says, and then this shortage happens.
Well, yeah,
because you got to remember that when the 3DS and Wii U came out, they had really, really, really high expectations, and when they flat out didn't meet them, year after year, all the financial people go, "Oh crap, they're losing too much money. Expectations were too high."
Okay, so I would say that here's my thing with that. The 3DS ended up doing really well once they cut the price and had some fucking games out.
It did really well, but it was not DS well as some people thought.
Well, if that's your fucking measuring stick, here's the thing Nintendo needs to learn. If your measuring stick for shit is the Wii and the original DS, you're done. You're doomed. You might as well pack it up as a company. I'm sorry to say. But that's fucking insanity. It's the same thing with Sony. If Sony were to compare everything to the fucking PS2, fucking wrap it up, call it a day, you're fucking done. It's not. There's not enough. That hit a market that has gone elsewhere now. So I don't know I understand the amiibos. There aren't a lot of Wii U's out there, and they didn't know Smash was going to be as big as it could have been. So, you don't know. But the 3DS has done incredibly well up to this point. Not as well as the original DS, but really well. And this thing was I mean, they should have known by the thought that, like, yeah, maybe we should do a second shipment considering all our pre-orders have been taken. Um, I mean, the best-selling current active video game console is the 3DS with 51 million. I just pulled the number up right now. Oh, so, and this year it has sold 0.5 million. Bad considering we're only a month into the year. So
I
yeah.
really don't know. I just kind of just like it's starting to become like a joke too because it's gonna be because your new 3DS XL doesn't come with a charger. And I told John, I was like, dude, you need to buy your charger before everyone else has the same idea and they're sold out. And Nintendo can't make any.
Actually, the chargers are still in stock, and in fact, they had a price drop.
But you never know these days.
I mean,
you never know.
You're right.
Like, you never know. The only things that I do know that Nintendo does have in stock is regular 3DSs, regular 3DS XLs, and they have a giant stockpile of Wii U and games for them. That's all I know at this moment.
I mean, so the thing that I want to know, though,
next thing you know, they're going to run out of download codes for Mewtwo DLC for Smash.
That'd be really funny.
Yeah, they're going to run out of download codes or something. Which, by the way, it does segue to a news thing that we saw during our Smash stream.
Which we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But oh man, it's just really irritating to me because like the DS is a success. The DS has done really well. The 3DS and the regular DS obviously did well. It sold over 150 million units. But it almost did as well as the PS2. It's a couple million off. But I look at this and I'm just like, okay, well, they're obviously going to make more. They're making more, so this isn't a big deal. Unless you want one of the collector's editions ones. But, like, I look at Amiibos and, like, how much Amiibos are going for. Especially the ones that only are getting one printing, like Little Mac and the Villager.
Only one print?
Yeah.
Wait, that's it? Because we're never going to find them ever again.
Yeah, the Villager is getting one printing. The Smash Bros. Villager is getting one printing.
What is their logic? I mean, it's like collectible. Okay, well, you sure as hell made it collectible.
Well, hey Anthony, you want to buy a Villager for new right now, right? Like a new one right now?
Is it like an $80?
It's $80 fucking dollars. Exactly.
Wow. So, I'm never going to find Marth. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to find Lucina unless I went through the whole trouble of pre-orders.
Little Mac is 70. I'll look up Marth right now. Marth's actually not too bad. Marth, I think you can probably get for under 50.
And Marth, you can also buy a Japanese import of Marth, so that helps.
Yeah, Marth, the Japanese import is 38. The regular is 45. Yeah. Let's check out Ike, because Ike... Okay, Ike is brand new. He's only 2 days old, but he's $26.
Nintendo went through the whole trouble of promoting Amiibos only for you to not be able to buy them. Like, Here's the funny thing, too, is that I haven't opened my Amiibos yet. Because, frickin', you start hearing all these things about how hard they are to find, how collectible they are, how valuable they are becoming, and I just came like... if I keep these boxes, they could be very valuable down the road.
Oh, well, who do you have?
I only have Samus, Link, and Zelda, which it doesn't seem...
Zelda's worth next to nothing. Like, she's almost as bad as Peach. But,
well, that's good. Like, I only bought the ones I could find in a store, because they had a gazillion Links, they had a few Zeldas, and there was a lot of Samuses. So maybe what I have isn't valuable at all, but...
Rosalina has actually kind of crashed in price. She's 33 at the moment.
Yeah, crashed in price.
Yeah, crashed in price, and it's almost 3 times as much as retail. Mega Man's 30, though that's the Japanese one. Sonic's 30. Meta Knight's 30. Shulk is 40. It seems like the scalper price for most of these is around $33.
I'm just sitting here and I'm just like,
Well, I mean, it's the same thing with GameCube adapters. Fucking GameCube adapters
it's just
are.
a piece of plastic, is what it is. It's a plastic with some cables on it.
I mean, like, the fucking GameCube adapters, scalpers are getting $60 for them. And this is my response. Nintendo, if you don't want my money, fine. If you don't want me to buy a GameCube adapter, there's a company called Mayflash. Mayflash has been making PC, Wii U, GameCube adapters for years. They have 5-star reviews on Amazon, and it's $31 right now. So Nintendo, you don't
If
want
it's
my money,
$31,
I
that tells me
you.
they're running out too.
Oh.
Because I imagine like a smaller company like Mayflash has no idea everyone's going to jump aboard their ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't help but feel like Nintendo kind of, because they are not as huge as they used to be, and because they're kind of freaking out that if they make too much and make more losses, investors get all panicky and stuff, that, they have a smaller manufacturing facility, but because it's smaller, they can't make as much or change as fast as, say, Sony or Microsoft or any massive toy manufacturer like Mattel, if they're still around. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, like Nintendo makes software. They're not good with this physical stuff called toys
And hardware.
I mean, just ask Club Nintendo. They're not exactly very good at that either, except 3DS cases.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like it's $13. So how expensive are these to make? Why did they plan this out so badly? Because freaking yes, yes, I understand that Fire Emblem is a relatively small franchise, and yes, the Shadow Dragon game, which was the last Fire Emblem game to have Marth in the US, sold really poorly, so you think that nobody knows Marth. But cult followings. Niche games have really strong followers sometimes, and Fire Emblem's one of them. Like, Lucina's going to be completely gone, and Marth is completely gone. But they've got a gazillion Marios.
Anthony, I am telling you right now, Lucina's one of your mains, right?
Yes.
Pre-order right now.
I have to pre-order that one, because I just know... Because with the success of Awakening and her popularity in Smash... That's just a recipe for it to be sold out instantly out the door.
Yeah, like me, all the characters I want were in the first 2 waves, so I didn't even have a chance. You have a chance, Anthony. Take it. Take it. I thought
take that chance.
I thought these things were gonna be like fucking Skylanders, where I could just go and get them any time. But apparently not. Yeah, it's a real bummer. These Mayflash ones are down in price. They're normally $40. So.
Oh, that's interesting.
So,
but yeah, like the GameCube adapters, I'm actually the GameCube adapters is a little more bewildering to me, because it's like you made so many GameCube controllers, but you didn't make any adapters for them. What kind of fucking logic was that? Did they come from 2 separate factories, where the GameCube adapter factory decided to have a herd dirt moment and come up with some BS excuse for, we don't have enough supplies, we're sorry for the delay, we're sorry for the delay, yes, we apologize for the inconvenience. Yapping their mouth away at Nintendo.
I just think they're done. And the reason I think they're done making them is because, if they were doing another shipment, they would have done one. They still haven't done one.
Maybe it's the same factory that made Amiibos, and they're too busy making new Amiibos to make old Amiibos, or I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on in Nintendo's manufacturing headquarters, or whoever plans out the manufacture shit. They can pump out as many old 3DSs and Wii U's as they can, but they sure as hell don't know how to make toys or adapters.
Or a new 3DS, apparently.
Or a new 3DS, even though it had been in production for months now, because it's available in Japan since last October.
It's fucking bewildering. I'm doing a Bronson rants episode on it, and the lengths I had to go to get the Majora's Mask 3DS are far too it's fucking crazy, is what it is. It is fucking insane. Like I had to be up at 5 a.m., bus across town, wait in line, and even then, I would not have gotten one if it weren't for some lucky fucking timing. Uh,
I just
so
want
yeah,
them to put out a regular new 3DS, and even then, it's like, oh yeah, good luck with
yeah. Like no, those you can still
that.
get. Like you can get one of those at Best Buy, but like, ugh, God. But yeah, you still have to do a little bit of a hunt. Uh, so
Nintendo, we make unicorns. Why?
uh,
Well, you can't find them. You see pictures of them everywhere, but you can't find them.
it's frustrating. I'm doing a Bronson rants episode on it. Like, yeah. Moving forward, we should talk about some news. Not much news this week. In fact, no real news other than that Nintendo, news.
Oh, we need news!
Fucking.
Well, Valentine's happenings and the news for today is, because it's the day after Valentine's, or the week after Valentine's, cheap chocolate! Go buy them.
I did that today. I bought like this big huge bag of like Reese's, Hershey's, and Kit Kats for $2.50. Um. So. Um. Oh, I watched Better Call Saul.
How is that?
Really good. Really good. I was impressed.
Cool.
Uh,
Is it on Netflix?
No, it is on the AMC website.
Oh.
Go to amctv.com, go to full episodes, and they have full episodes of Better Call Saul.
Cool.
So, but they go away as time goes on. So, you want to watch the first two right now? Go there. The next one is going to be coming out, I believe, tomorrow. So
Nice.
or yesterday, if you're listening to this on the day it's actually coming out.
Cool.
So
seriously, people, watch Breaking Bad if you haven't.
That show
It is one of the best TV shows ever as far as ratings go. And by ratings, I mean like review scores, not like how many people actually watched it. It's amazing. Watched all seasons, and it was like, dude, they better not make it season 6 because there's no better way to close it off than this.
No, this spinoff is really neat. I
know it's a spinoff. I'm talking about they don't make a season 6.
Oh, they're not going to.
Like don't say, oh, what you saw at the ending, it's actually not as you thought it was. And I'm just like, oh, you guys focus it, because I know Breaking Bad. If they make a season 6, there'll be a lot of money. But man, you just it's like how I feel about The Last of Us. You don't make a Last of Us 2. Don't do it. Like, don't make a sequel to it.
It has to be set. If you do, it has to be different characters, different part of the world.
I know, but even then, even then, you just don't do Ellie and Joel, because the way that Last of Us ended, it's like you can't like, if you keep going, you're gonna kind of like taint how great everything you did before was. Like that one-off. Like the way I want to look at it is that is the one-off they had that was awesome. Like Uncharted 4, okay, yeah, you know what? Uncharted was something that I already knew was gonna keep going.
Yeah, that Uncharted trailer, holy shit. That gameplay of Uncharted 4, right? Like, damn. Going forward, some other news. I guess we'll break in entertainment news. There's not much from video games other than 3DS sells a whole bunch. Monster Hunter does really well with it. Surprise, surprise. Zelda equally is sold out. I'm sorry. News like this is getting to the point where it's like water is wet, the sky is blue.
Valentine's Day happened. Singles still exist.
Yeah. Valentine's Day happened. I spent it alone drinking vodka. I
just spent the whole day being tired.
You seemed very, very tired during our podcast. So
well, the Smash one was not. Yeah, like the Smash one was probably the one that took too much energy.
So a a terrible movie based on a terrible book that is basically all about abuse behind a facade of BDSM called 50 Shades of Grey came out this weekend. And it did $81.7 million in the theaters. That is double what they expected it to make, actually. The other movies were Kingsman: The Secret Service at 35.6 million, the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water at 30 million, American Sniper, and Jupiter Ascending.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you, man. It's a slow news week. I'm trying.
No. Like, I'm just like, the movie list didn't surprise me because it's like, you can have like an awesome movie, but Transformers makes lots of money. We win the box office. Goodbye.
Yeah.
There you
go. This past Valentine's Day weekend, ending yesterday, so hopefully you got in on these sales. I'm just gonna go through the notable ones. Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate was $10 instead of $40. Dive Kick was $4 instead of $10. Geometry Wars 3 was $10 instead of $15. Guilty Gear was $24 instead of $60. Excuse me while I go turn on my PS4. Guilty Gear was $2 instead of $10. Let's see. Little Big Planet 3 was $24 instead of $60. Rayman Legends was $10 instead of $40 and $7 instead of $26 on the Vita. All the Street Fighters were discounted heavily. Towerfall was $5 instead of $15. If you have friends to play with, get Towerfall. That is an awesome game. That's basically it on the PlayStation sales. Anthony, you got any news for us?
News. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that Smash thing. That small little Smash thing. Supposedly, assuming it isn't a photoshopped image displayed on a TV screen, because it could have been easily that. The dude's like, okay, here's proof why I'm serious. Okay, he didn't say that, but that's what the camera motions were saying. It's like, look, see, I got an early build. Look, see, Mewtwo's here, and look, there's a Rayman. Which, again, for all I know, it could be a photoshopped image displayed onto a TV screen in a completely dark room, of course. So, yeah. Rayman may or may not happen, which is interesting.
Alright, Rayman, you know, I'm happy they're doing DLC. Rayman definitely fits that roster. But Bayonetta, Wonder Red, where are they?
I think Wonder Red is not a character at this point, because Wonder Red with a Wonder Red trophy is going to be Wonder Blue. Valiantium Blade, go!
No, Wonder Red makes me so mad because of the trophy being in the game. It's like here's this extra little tease for you, you know. Yeah, like here's this extra little, you know, ha moment. Fuck you. So, oh, that's cool. I'm always down for more Smash characters. All right. Well, anyway, we got comments and then we're done. Sorry for the short show this week, peeps. Traits. What are we at, an hour?
I have no clue.
Okay, great. He says, let's see Dying Light. Dying to see a Let's Play on that. I'm going to be honest, we're probably not going to do a Let's Play of Dying Light, but we'll definitely be sure to stream some. Persona 5 over Batman, Bronson? Wow, you look beyond stoked for Batman after that Sony press conference, too. I'm super excited for Batman. That game looks fucking awesome. But at the time, no Persona 5 footage beyond some chairs and a red background had been shown. Now they have shown gameplay, a little bit of the plot, and a good chunk of the music. And I want it so bad.
Cool. I actually did get a comment on my Dragon Age review from Cray T. He says he agrees with me for the most part, except I gave the ending less credit than he felt is deserved. Well, okay, yeah, I guess so. But when I wrote that part about the ending, I think I was being a little hard. I was being harsh on it because it frustrated me so much. Because it just kind of felt like a bit of a. It didn't feel substantial. It felt like, okay, guys, checklist for Epic. Do you have orchestra music? Check. Are you staring at the sunset? Check. Are you partying? Check. When I put it that way, it sounds better than it actually is. I'm sorry. I don't know. It just didn't feel substantial. It's just like the whole sequence to me was just like, and that's why I wrote, you have to accept at this point that the writing talent at BioWare is not where it used to be, and it's going to stay that way. You have to accept that, because I have to at this point. Because after Mass Effect 3 and Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition, you have to know that, you know, this is not the old days. You have to accept that BioWare games nowadays, they play a lot better, but, you know, their giant redeeming, cool highlight feature, story writing, isn't really there anymore. So that's why I said it's like it's lackluster. That's how I felt. I was pretty frustrated. It's lackluster, and you have to accept the writing's not the same, and that's what I wrote. So, but a lot of people actually found it pretty good. So maybe my opinion is different.
No, I've spoken my 2 cents on this game, and I think that it is. I think even if you like the genre, there are way better games in the genre. I think that the fact that this game won Game of the Year from us and several other publications is a fucking travesty. And yeah, I don't think it's a very good game. So there you go. There's my 2 cents. Anthony?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm a little distracted.
What are you distracted by?
Not saying.
Anthony, have you been playing Final Fantasy this whole time?
No, I'm not.
God damn it.
I swear.
You lie.
Sir, I swear.
You lie. Oh my god. It's okay. I've been playing Smash Bros.
It's not like I'm sitting in turn 9 rating right now.
Okay. Whatever whatever that means. No, I'm actually I've actually been playing Smash through part of this, so
Great.
yeah. Basically, whenever I'm not reading a news story or looking up something, I'm playing a game when recording. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Sorry for the short show this week, but we'll be back next week. Hopefully John will be back more, and hopefully I will have my new 3DS by then, and I'll have something to talk about. So I don't know. And we'll definitely be able to talk about the order by then, hopefully. So that'll be neat. Anthony, you got anything for the fine people?
We're on iTunes. You can also follow us on iTunes.
And we're on Twitter, Facebook. Some of us are on Tumblr, if you're willing to track down Tori or my Tumblrs, or Stephanie's. So there's that. Anyway. Yeah, bye.
Bye.